Hey everyone, this is Brett Endes, the Dog Savant, dogtrainingla.com. So today I'm going to talk a bit about problem behaviors and how they are not an isolated event from the overall general state of the relationship and the daily shared events that they have with their human owners. So what I mean by this is that a lot of people label a problem like aggression, anxiety, barking, leash pulling as its own separate thing from the overall state that the dog maintains on a daily basis. And what I've learned is that if you only focus on that one isolated problem and don't address life as a whole, there's going to be a lot of lingering issues that the dog is going to be experiencing that is just going to limit or even prohibit their ability to get through the actual issue at hand. So what I mean by this is that I've observed that every single case of dog who has a behavior problem or a dog that is overreacting to everyday life is getting too caught up in the patterns and the transitions that we create around them in our everyday shared environment. So this could be something as basic as a dog over anticipating your next move when you're just going from room to room doing your chores or routines, all the way up to them planning a walk, and then because they're over projecting and pulling and reacting, they feel now that they're leading you every step of the way. And what we have to do is change that so that they're remaining in the moment, and their type of thinking is based on relying on your guidance, on you cueing them to the next event, versus thinking about it, and then if it occurs independent of our intervention, they can get the impression that them planning is actually getting us to take action. So now they get in this place, and I've seen many a dog that believes this, even though it's not real, that their thoughts are now dictating the next action a human creates, so they're feeling this overwhelming responsibility that they're in charge of the world in this cosmic way that is such a burden to them. I mean, think about if you went out in public and every time I think there's a Mel Gibson movie about this, every time you would think about something, somebody would do it just on cue. You would start pretty much going crazy, I'd assume, unless this was clearly explained to you what was going on. So what we can do for our dogs is remove this type of thinking, get the same event to occur where they're getting from room to room or getting attention without expecting, planning, and anticipating, and life still goes on, and they can be a calm in the storm versus getting taken wherever the wind blows them. And that's your root cause of anxiety even for people. When you're over anticipating and jumping too strongly onto pending events, you are going to be so wrapped up in the future that you are unable to maintain in the present, and present-based thinking, even for us, is the means to contentment, happiness, and peace, and it's no different for dogs. Now, what that can do is also establish the right kind of relationship in your dog's eyes, where you've accumulated enough of these points on the life scoreboard that you can deliver the goods when there is a time of high alert. You're encountering another dog, and their misinterpretation is that dog is going to kill me, and that's what's triggered their insecurities and how they've conditioned themselves to taking this route of overreacting and trying to create space between them and something that is actually fun for them if they're willing to let go of that feeling of great responsibility. So that can be the role we take just by applying some everyday structure in the home life, where we don't mind that our dogs are tracking us, reacting, asking for things, not able to settle. We don't even pay attention to most of this, let alone it bothers us. We actually enjoy it because the dog's giving us attention and reacting to us. It fits into our ego. Yet if you see between the lines, that is directly the cause of anxiety and what leads to your real problem behaviors that we don't find so convenient, and we're not pleased with when we see them. So again, one can't come without the other. Yet if we create this general feeling of calm, structure, and a sense of utility in our dogs while we're just living in our most basic shared situations, you'll find that a lot of these real issues just won't be there in the first place. So apply it to your dog and see what happens. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and love your dog. Have a great day.